Hello and welcome back. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for joining me for your twin flame reading. Let's see what the energies are surrounding your connection, what's going on. Hope you guys are all doing amazing despite what is going on energetically. It's been almost like a crazy couple of days, like since last week. So I feel like emotions may be running high. I've been getting a lot of messages from my clients, so I really was guided to do another reading for you today. So we have the Five of Wands, we have the High Priestess, we have the Eight of Wands, and we have the Ace of Pentacles. So what's happening in your connection is you may be experiencing a lot of conflict. So even if it's not exactly conflict with your twin flame, it's more like inner conflict, inner turmoil that's making it seem like, like you're just going through some challenges within your connection. So this is pretty much across the board. I want to say that a lot of you are feeling this. And it's like, for those of you who are in separation and in no communication, there's lots of stuff being communicated telepathically, energetically, and emotionally. So it's like there's not even any words that need to be said. It's more like your twin flame is feeling a certain way, and then you're picking it up, and then you're feeling it. And then your twin flame is picking up on that, and then they're feeling it. There's this constant reaction to one another, and the reaction to what's happening in your connection, also to what's not happening in your connection. And a lot of it is emotions that are coming up that haven't been released or dealt with. And you're like, why is this happening, Jade? It's happening so that we can let it go. So that we can finally let it go and move on, move forward. So it's not to say that, these feelings are coming up because your connection's ending. I feel like there is this kind of panic, like, oh my God, my connection has ended or it's ending. It's not. It may feel that way, but it hasn't ended. And I want to say it's going through this phase of purging. I don't even like saying the words, but the guides are saying purging as in projectile vomit. And it sounds so like graphic, but it's like the energies that are surrounding your connection and even on the planet are to help us purge, to help us get rid of what no longer serves us. Whether that be patterns, toxic energy, toxic emotions, toxic patterns, toxic thoughts, behaviors, all of that is being dug out from us. And it's literally like coming out like I'm hearing, but it's not, but like projectile vomit. I'm sorry for sounding so graphic, but that's just what I'm getting. And why this is happening is because there is rapid healing happening. There's rapid healing as the energies intensify on our planet. It's like we're literally in a pressure cooker. So your twin flame connection will literally feel like you're being in this pressure cooker. Like there's so much pressure that, you kind of have to like, something's got to give. Like the pressure has got to come out somehow. And how that comes out is usually emotionally. Or It could come out like as migraines, headaches, skin irritations, like that. All that stuff is coming out. So however it's coming out and it's coming up for both of you and for all twin flames. So not to be alarmed, but there is a reason why many of us are feeling anxious, on edge, a bit fearful, like anticipating that something bad is supposed to happen. It's not that it's bad, it's just that it's unknown. And it's unknown because we haven't felt like this before. But it is, in the highest sense, it's for our evolution. It's positive. It's positive changes. So it's like the universe is holding our hair back while we vomit all of this stuff that we're getting rid of down the toilet. The universe is holding our hair back. Just they give me these images and these phrases to help illustrate the point. So again, it's like a new grounding of the energies of your connection, of what's the truth, of what's real, as opposed to what's not real. What's not real is the illusion of separation. You feel like you're separate. You feel like you're separate from your twin flame, but you're not. Because the truth is that you are one. You have been from day one. You have been one. You have always been one. But being in this earthly realm, we perceive ourselves as being separate from one another, but you're really not. So there is this regrounding of your connection. And so it's like you're feeling like your connection is somehow solidifying, even though it feels crazy, even though it feels like it's over, or that there's like evidence like, oh, our connection's done, but it's not done. That level of where you and your twin flame were at is done, but it's not done. It's just elevating and starting from scratch. And that can only happen when the old has gone, has left the building. The old way of how you and your twin flame were connecting had to die away, because there was no room for that in the new energies. So you're in the process, you're in this pressure cooker, and the best thing that we can do is just go with it. Just ride the waves. Even though it feels like this, it feels like a roller coaster, it feels like it's crazy, it feels like it doesn't make sense, it's not adding up. Your twin flame may not be communicating what they truly feel, but it's all in preparation for what's to come. And what is to come is the remembrance that we are all one. So it's like returning to source, returning to being one with our twin flame and one with one another. So it's all about the oneness, the oneness of it all. And we never had that in our history, where we felt one with ourselves, with source, with another human being. We didn't know what that felt like. So we got to kind of like purge and get rid of everything that is the opposite of oneness in order to come into oneness, come back to oneness. So a lot of old emotions coming up, childhood stuff coming up, and you're thinking it's you and your twin flame, but no, it's you remembering and purging all of that because it no longer serves you or where you are meant to go, meant to be, and who you are. Sorry, I'm getting like itchy. So it can feel very intense. What you're experiencing, you may be feeling intense, fill in the blank. If you're feeling love, you're feeling intense love. If you're feeling rejected, you're feeling rejected times 100. Like you're feeling everything more intensely. It is because the energies on the planet are literally cooking us. Maybe that was not a good example, but it's like think of diamonds. Like when there's so much pressure added to this piece of coal, so much pressure, squeezing, so much pressure. What comes out is a diamond. That's what's happening to us. I'm gonna sneeze. Or like, what's another example? To make wine, you gotta crush those grapes. It's like this. It seems painful because it's pressure, but it's only to become who we are meant to become, and that is divinity. Our divineness is like our humanness is almost being squeezed out of us so that we become diamonds. So what's happening in your connection is a lot of pressure, a lot of intensity. So you just got to breathe through it all. And you might be feeling like alone and isolated, but it's almost like you and your twin flame need to find your way back. You need to navigate this storm, and it's not a storm, but it's just the energy, the process of eliminating what doesn't serve us. So you're both having to find your way back, and through the darkness you will find the light again. So not to panic, not to be alarmed, because it can feel very unsettling. Like the energies right now can feel extremely unsettling. And so you're thinking like something bad's going to happen, or something wrong is going to happen. But no, it's that we're being smushed, not smushed, but we're being pressurized to combust into these diamonds, our multifaceted selves. So you're picking up on each other's emotions, and it's like, and if you're feeling fearful, or if your twin flame is feeling fearful, you're feeling it too. So it's not like you're the only one going through this. Your twin flame is also going through this, and everyone across the board. On the planet, we're all experiencing these shifts. And when we don't know what's happening, it can feel scary. It can feel alarming. But just to remember that it's all part of the ascension process. Ascension into our divinity, who we truly are. So it's intense, but not to worry. Please do tune in to the extended, because we'll go more into channeled messages, what they want you to know, what they don't want you to know. Like, we'll go into all that. So please do join me in the extended. The link will be below. So where is your twin flame at? Oh no, okay, well that's what I was guided. So where are they at? So we have the King of Pentacles, we have the Ace of Wands, we have the Death card, and we have the Queen of Cups. So the Death card is never a card to be afraid of. It is a symbol of transition. So transitioning from what is no longer to the next level. So your twin flame is also transitioning to their next level of evolution. So it really is like they have their plate is full. They have a lot of stuff that's coming up in their own lives that they didn't want to deal with, that they're having to face. So they're transitioning to the next level of who they are meant to be for themselves, for you, for who they're meant to be in the world. They are leveling up. So it's hard to really maintain this harmony between you and your twin flame when you're both dealing with these things. So it's very natural, and it's a very natural part of the twin flame journey. But I love that the King of Pentacles is showing up for them, because I'm getting like they are helping to ground the energies. And what I'm hearing is that you may be feeling all these emotions, but their energy is grounding it into reality. They're helping to ground your connection into reality. So they may be more preoccupied with 3D level stuff, but it's because one of you is anchoring the energy of your connection into reality, and you may be experiencing ascension, release, surrender, maybe even moments of bliss, ecstasy, happiness, even if they're just moments or glimpses of it, because as a whole, you're both experiencing every facet of your connection. So it's the highs and the lows, and ascension and grounding. It's everything. So they're grounding your connection. So they may be more preoccupied with the daily grind, the daily life stuff, really focused on tasks, creating things, because that energy does help to ground your connection. Because when you're both kind of purging and healing and releasing, it's like the energies are all over the place, but they're busy grounding it. So it's like they're keeping it grounded. So that's good. The Queen of Cups is, there's just so much love for you. There's so much love. So where they're at is they're opening up to the love that they couldn't open up to before, that either of you couldn't because of the blocks, but they're opening now to feeling that love, to what you were feeling before that they may have been running away from, but they're feeling it now. They're definitely feeling the intensity of love that not only is coming from you, but what exists between you. They can feel it. They're feeling this love more intensely. And what that does, it just opens up like Pandora's box of everything that, gets stuffed in there, that gets suppressed and hidden away. All of that comes out like a jack in the box, like everything just explodes wide open. So they're having to deal with a lot of stuff, as you are as well. And it's all good. It's because we are purging. We are purging. And that's why you're feeling the way you do. That's why you may be experiencing extreme fatigue or like fogginess or lack of motivation. All these are symptoms of us decluttering our systems, our souls, our vibration. We're going through this another wave of purging. So it's very natural that you feel the way you do, both emotionally, physically, spiritually, even mentally exhausted. It is not easy being in this pressure cooker that we're in. But when you remember that it is part of the process, it's part of our ascension as a planet, that we're all experiencing this in some way, you can be kind of relieved or maybe comforted in knowing that this is part of why we're here on Earth, is to help the planet ascend. And the way we do that is by each one of us ascending into who we truly are, our higher selves, higher frequency, higher vibration. This planet is going through tremendous healing and transformation because our planet is no longer the same planet that we were like 20 years ago, 50 years ago, 100 years ago. Completely different vibration. So it's all part of the journey. Your twin flame journey is definitely part of the ascension journey. They work hand in hand. They really do. So what's in their heart when they think of you? Oh no. Where are you at? Sorry. Where are you at? And then we will get into what's in their heart space, but where are you at? I kind of went over that, right? Because you're both kind of going through the same thing. But let's get more specifics into where are you at? Because it feels like we're in crazy town right now. Like it just can't make sense of what's going on. The energies are super intense. So where you're at, we have the Moon card. We have the Justice card. We have the Ace of Swords. And we have the Knight of Cups. So you're very much in your head despite how you're feeling emotionally, because you're questioning everything. You're like, you're making I don't want to say assumptions, but it's like the thoughts that you're having. You're like, okay, if I'm not hearing from my twin flame, it's over. Like that means it's over. If they're not acknowledging me, that means it's over. It's done with. And what am I going to do now? How do I deal with the fact that it's over? You're having those kinds of thoughts. But in your heart, you can't explain why you feel more intensely in love with them, or you just feel like there's this love between you that is undeniable, despite there being no contact or no communication, or you're not seeing each other, or you're not getting confirmation from them of how they feel. There's even a higher purpose to that as well. It's to teach us to trust in what we feel, because 3D life is about external validation, when that's not who we are created as. We are created as highly intuitive beings that have an inner knowing that we are meant to be guided by and to trust. But because we are conditioned to think that because I feel my body, therefore I exist. It's that kind of thing. It's like if there's only physical proof, then that means it's real. But no. We are spiritual in nature. We are made up of energy before we're made up of particles. We are energy. So that energy is proof that we exist, not our bodies. I know I'm I'm digressing. What was I saying? Okay, so you're very much in your thoughts. You're going by what evidence you're seeing in the 3D. So you're saying, you're saying to yourself, the thoughts you're having are, if we're not together and if they're not choosing me, then it doesn't exist. Our twin flame connection doesn't exist. No, that's not true. It does exist. It will keep on existing. It has existed since the beginning of time. You just don't have physical proof of it. But the proof of it is how you feel. If there was no connection, you wouldn't feel the love. If there was no love, you wouldn't feel the connection. So that's what we're being guided to trust with the High Priestess card. So you're very much in your head, and you can't explain why you feel the way you do. Like, you still feel the love, even though it doesn't make sense. It doesn't add up. Your twin flame's not there. They're not showing up. They're not saying boo. So you're like, this makes no sense. It's meant to not make sense so that we will stop looking for validations outside of ourselves. This is a test for us so that we can trust what we feel. We can trust our inner knowing. And right now you're on this journey of self-discovery so that you can trust what your inner knowing is, because it's so strong. You just don't trust it, don't believe it's real, or you're just looking for outside confirmation or signs. But the reason why you get signs is because it's just a reflection of what you know already. That's what signs are. The universe just gives you confirmation of what is your truth. Am I still digressing? I know. I'm trying to... Trying to pull it in. Okay. So the Moon card, I feel like your truths are being revealed. You can't deny your heart anymore, despite you questioning, I don't get it. Your heart is taking over, and it's being revealed. It's revealing to you the truth of your connection, the truth of what's happening, and the truth of your life, the truth of who you are. It's being revealed to you. The universe is assisting you in doing that, in uncovering that. The balance, the scales are coming back into balance. The scales are balancing what was out of balance in your connection for so long. So you are so if at the beginning of your connection you were like, yes, this is my person, I know 100% we're going to be together, and so it was like, this was the scales, right? And now with the energies, it's like doubt is having more weight than you knowing that you're meant to be with your twin flame. Am I making sense? What did I just say? So yeah, you were certain, and now there's uncertainty. And you're like, well, Jade, that doesn't make sense because it doesn't sound... Okay, so I'll give you the opposite of that. At the beginning, you were doubting. When you were together, when you were in connection, you were doubting whether you were really twin flames, if it would work out. But now, despite everything, you know that they're your twin flame. You can't deny it anymore. So that's what I mean. It's like, if you were this before, now it's this. Until gradually everything will be balanced like this. So it's in flux. Okay? The realizations, the where you're at is in flux until it comes into balance. So you're getting there. You're just questioning everything. You're doubting stuff, which we do all the time. Let's face it, it's part of everyday life. We will doubt everything. But that's what's coming back into balance. So if you're so doubtful, your inner knowing is coming back online, and so it's going to even out. Does that make sense? And the Knight of Cups is you're preparing to receive what you want. Your cup is ready. It's taken this long, but you are now, oh, it's this Magician. Yeah, this is transformation. So you are preparing to receive the love that you know is there, that you know is meant for you, but you're questioning it. You know, with the Ace of Swords, it's like all these new reasons that your twin flame connection is not real, or they're not the one. That's what the pressure does. It brings up everything, all the negative thoughts, all the doubts. That's what happens. You know, like when you boil stuff in a pot, all of this stuff comes to the top. That's what's happening within you when it comes to your connection. But you're getting ready to receive. That's the energy. You're getting ready to receive. So that only means that you are coming into alignment with what you truly want. You may be uncertain with what you want, but you're getting clearer. I feel with the Ace of Swords, you're getting more clearer of what you really want, because perhaps before you weren't 100% sure, but you are gaining that clarity and you're being more specific with what you really want. And you're it's like you're becoming more sure. Before you weren't that sure, now you're more sure. Okay. So where they were at, where you are at, what is still blocking both of you from moving forward? What's blocking? What is blocking you both from moving forward? We have the Ten of Pentacles. We have the Devil card. We have the Page of Cups. And we have the King of Swords. So what is blocking you? Well, what I'm seeing with the King of Swords is if it's not someone, it's a situation. And what I'm getting is that it's perceived, like it's not actual, it's not your actual reality. Like if you're thinking that someone is stopping you from having what you want or being with who you want to be with or having the love that you want, it's not true. King of Swords is indicating that it's like a false reality that was created out of default, but that you believe in it, so you feel like it's a reason that you can't be together. But it's not the truth. That's not the truth. That reason, whatever it is that you believe is keeping you apart, is not the truth. So it's literally the blocks that we create ourselves. 10 of Pentacles is I'm hearing this is your purpose in your life. Just coming to the realization of what that is. And it doesn't have to be some grand thing. It's the purpose of where you are at or where you need to be at this stage in your life. So even if it may be to retire, something like that, or to start a garden, or to be a grandparent or a parent, or to whatever it is, it's like just being in alignment with what you're meant to do now, because whatever you do for you when you are in alignment it benefits the world, because you are in alignment with who you truly are. So say, for example, you've always dreamed of being a writer, but you're working in some other career or job that you're not using your gift. This 10 of Pentacles is a reminder, okay, you are meant to be doing something. So something that you are gifted in. So it could be, you could be a gardener. So that is your thing. Like, you haven't started your garden yet. Or if you're meant to teach your grandchildren, you need to be focusing on that, because that is your purpose at this time. Whatever it is, you need to be moving yourself forward in that, or grounding it into your reality, because there's something that's outstanding that you need to be doing. And even if it's something where you're thriving in your career and things are going amazing, so your career is doing great, but what about your spiritual life, for example? Your purpose would be to dive more deeply into your spiritual practices, or into your spiritual life, or there's something that your soul wants to learn and grow in terms of your spirituality. So there's some area in your life that you're meant to work on right now, which is your purpose. Even if that's healing, even if that's physical healing, emotional healing, that could be your purpose right now. Because as you heal, you help others to heal around you, you help your relationships to heal, and that in itself helps the planet. So this 10 of Pentacles is really about, okay, what are you doing in your life that you're just kind of hanging on to, but you're meant to be focusing on something else? The universe is bringing that to your attention, and that is a block to your union, because you aren't in alignment with your truth, or with who you are truly. So it's okay that if you have other stuff going on, but just to bring your attention and awareness to your purpose. And your purpose is always to come back into alignment with who you truly are. So it's coming up as a block because the universe is saying, like, you're forgetting about it. Then we have the Devil card. It's just, I used to be so scared of this card. And the Death card. Like, when I just started, back when I was in my 20s, like over 30 years ago, when I just came to discover tarot, I was so scared of these cards that I could not look at the deck. So the Devil card, it does that. It will try to instill fear in you. It will try to trigger your fear to keep you small. So what's happening now are your fears are being triggered to try to keep you small, only so that you can bust out of those fears, overcome them, and not allow them to hold you back. So this is for all of us. Your fears are there, so to grow out of, to purge. So fears are just false evidence appearing real. They look and feel, taste and smell real, but they're not real. It's just fear. It's just illusion. So what's blocking your connection are your fears and your attachment to fear. So they're coming up. Your fears are coming up. They're coming up through your consciousness so that you can be like, bye-bye. Bye, bye, bye. Yeah. So they're triggering you into thinking that, okay, scary stuff is happening, but no, it's not. It's an illusion. It's false evidence that appears real, but it's not real. So even if you're experiencing this, it's just like, okay, it's just coming through my consciousness. So I can be aware of it and be like, oh, okay, that you're my fear. I'm not letting you take me down. You're not doing that. You're letting it go. You're like, okay, I see what this is. This is just my fear. And I choose to let it go because it's false evidence appearing real. Amazing. So when I saw this or heard the energy, it's like impatience, like baby steps. So the universe is saying we have to learn to, what is it, crawl before we walk or walk before we run. So twin flames want to be running to union, running to fulfillment, running to feel this amazing love and union and unity and harmony and all that good stuff. But we haven't yet learned how to crawl. We haven't yet got to walking, and we want to be running already. Like, that's where we are on the evolution scale. We're still evolving. So the universe is saying just the impatience is what's blocking you. Because, for example, you may be living in the future. Your attention, your thoughts, your awareness is always on where you want to be. So you're kind of like 2 stages ahead, when realistically we have to be going through the beginning stages where we really are and being present in these moments. So going through all the yucky stuff, having to face our fears even though it doesn't feel good. So it's like, okay, to just like we're kind of jumping the gun. As soon as you met your twin flame, what happens is that you know how good it feels, you know how good it can be, and we jump the gun to where we want to be at, but we haven't gone through the process to get to something. So it's kind of like when you want to, I don't know, purchase a car. You think, okay, I need a car, and then you want to walk out and then see your car sitting there already. But I mean, that would be great, but we have to go through the process and all the steps of looking for a car, purchasing a car, going to the bank, whatever it is, giving the money, signing the contract, getting the keys. Like, those are all the steps to get what you wanted. So union is just the same. It's not because you met your twin flame, like, boom, union. When is that ever a thing with anything that we want? Well, except for online shopping, yes, I'll admit. But with everything else that we want to manifest, it's a process. With union, there's so much that's involved individually that has to take place before union is even on the table. But we don't know that as twin flames because we feel this love and it's like, this is it. This is my person. Oh my gosh, this is amazing. I want it. I want it right now. I know, we all do, but it doesn't happen that way. There's a process, and you're in the process. So it's amazing. So this is just a reminder to just not be impatient, because that's blocking your connection. Okay, so what's the guidance for you? What's the guidance? Guidance, please. Wait. Did we go what's in their heart? Did I do that? I don't even remember. When I'm channeling, it's like I don't even remember what I say until I rewatch it, and it's like I'm hearing it all for the first time. So did I do what's in their heart? No, I don't think I did. I just did where you're at, where they're at, blocks, guidance. I don't know why I keep like kind of brushing over that for some reason. But if you're wanting to know how they feel, definitely check out my Instagram because I post messages daily of like love letters and channeled messages. So maybe that's why. Okay, so what are we doing now? Did we say guidance? Yeah. Yeah, don't be alarmed, Tower card. So don't be alarmed by what you're feeling. So any kind of emotion, whether it's fear, anxiety, worry, any of those kind of feelings that stem from there. The universe is saying not to take it on. Just let it pass through you. Let like feel it and then allow it to go and say, okay, this is just passing through me. But it's not what is the truth, and it's not meant to disrupt my life, disrupt my union. It's not. It's just passing through. So whatever emotions you're feeling right now, fear, anxiety, worry, the universe, the guidance is not to believe it because it's not the truth. If you feel like your connection is falling apart, it's not the truth. What's falling apart is the letting go of all the stuff that doesn't serve you. That's what's crumbling and being washed away. So the universe is saying not to believe those fears that are being triggered right now. Two of Swords is you having to make a choice. Like, do you want your twin flames still? The reason all these emotions are coming up is because it's like you didn't pick a lane. It's like, am I on the twin flame journey? Am I working towards that? Or am I somewhere in the middle, not choosing? Or am I completely off the journey? So the universe is saying you have to pick a lane. And what else? to pick a lane, so it's either you're not on the journey, so which would mean like if you're watching this video and you think you're off the journey, you're still on the journey. If you're watching readings, if you're still on the journey, you're just not choosing it. So yeah, then there's the middle where you're not choosing, you're kind of iffy, and then there's fully choosing it. So the universe is just saying the guidance is you have to pick a lane. Because what happens when we're driving on the freeway and you don't pick a lane? If no one picks a lane, it's just chaos. So that's the message. If you don't pick a lane, it's chaos. Sorry. I love Six of Wands. Six of Wands is amazing. So the universe is saying you are having victories. So you are going to overcome all this fear. You're going to overcome, because even if you're not consciously just letting it pass through, the whole process is for you to have victory and overcome these fears and anxieties. Again, because we're in a pressure cooker, so all that stuff is floating to the top through our awareness, through our consciousness, and poof, being released back to the universe for balance. So it's just part of the process. Victory. You're having victory. Amazing, 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 amazing. Judgment. Your awakening is triggering people around you. I don't mean to laugh, but it's like your awakening is triggering the people around you, so they may either be irritated by you or you may be irritated by them. But again, it's all part of like us ascending as a planet. Your awakening is irritating others around you to also have to awaken. So if there have been relationships in your life or friendships or that are kind of, you're not connecting on the same wavelength anymore, or you're not, are we still recording? Please. Yes. If you're not like vibing anymore, it's because your awakening is having an impact on the people around you. So if you find that people are responding to you in a different way, or if you're avoiding certain people, or if people are drawn to you, it is because you're having an impact on everyone around you. You're having an impact on the world because of your awakening. And twin flame love does that. Twin flame love will awaken you. And your awakening is triggering others to awaken. So people will be very drawn to you, or people will be repelled by you. And you have to just know that it's okay. That if some of connections or relationships in your life are transitioning to something different, it's okay. And nothing is ever lost. So it's not like you're losing anybody. It's just part of the process and the awakening that is happening within you and with everyone around you. So that is the guidance. Okay, so what is coming up for you? And then we're going to go into channeled messages in the next reading, because I didn't even realize, like, it's almost an hour. So what's coming up for you in your twin flame? What is coming up for you in your twin flame? Every week. Okay, I'm actually going to grab that. I'm going to grab it. So just give me one sec. Ooh, I'm glad I grabbed it, because when I see this card, it's a wedding. This is like the priest or the, like this, well, this is like a bishop, like a religious leader, a minister who is going to officiate or, you know, marry you both. I just get such happy wedding vibes from this card. So maybe you and your twin flame are seeing each other at a wedding, or this could be your own wedding to your twin flame. This could be receiving spiritual guidance from someone to help you on your journey. But right away, when I saw it on the floor, I'm like, marriage, wedding, it's wedding season. So to be hopeful, because this is confirmation of the marriage of your souls that already exists. It's existed since the beginning of time. So what's coming up for you is just like coming home again to this. You came from this and you're going home to this. So that's what's coming up for you. Now again, time-wise, that is so 3D. It can literally happen tomorrow because time is irrelevant. It's where you're at and where your twin flame is at. That's what determines union. So it takes time to be on the same page. We have the Hanged Man, we have the 10 of Wands, and we have the three of Wands. So what's coming up for you is another win. 3 of Wands is another victory card. Your ships are coming in. So if you're not experiencing your connection yet the way you want it to be, you are having a other wins in other areas of your life. So maybe it's your health, maybe it's your career, your job, your finances. Things that you've been wanting are finally showing up for you. And what that is another step forward to you being in true alignment, which again leads the way to union. Ten of Wands is you're letting go of all the baggage. So you're going to have like emotional freedom. You're going to be like feeling much better. Even if it's not exactly union yet, but you're going to feel like weights have been lifted. Stuff you've been carrying around for lifetimes, because everything's coming to the surface to be released and purged, it's going to feel a lot lighter. You're going to feel a lot freer. And again, that's just only more positivity for union, because we cannot sustain twin flame union when we have all this baggage that we're still carrying. We have to leave that baggage at the door before we enter into union. But a lot of us don't want to hear that. It's like, I don't care about luggage. No, baggage, baggage. So we have to leave it at the door, check it at the door, and then enter. We're ready to enter into union. I want to say this Hanged Man is you're going through like phases of enlightenment, literally. Part of the process and what is happening to you is for you to gain clarity, wisdom, and enlightenment. So that's why it feels like your connection is on pause. It's giving you time to realize what is the truth, what is not you, what is not working, what is working. It's all happening for your benefit. So if you're on pause, it's because this is time where you are going to have clarity. You're going to have more wisdom. You're attaining this wisdom because you're on pause. And once you are ready to move into union, you're bringing all this wisdom and clarity with you that will continue to help you to maintain long-lasting, harmonious union with your twin flame. So it's like you're really gearing up for union, because union is not just spending a few hours together. It's both you and your twin flame being on purpose, being in connection, even times of being apart, but you're still in connection. You're on your purpose, and you are ever evolving and growing together, not only for your benefit, but for the benefit of the planet. So it's a beautiful process. It's a beautiful evolution that is meant like for each of us to grow and blossom individually and as twin flame partners, divine partners, so that a literal garden blossoms on planet Earth. So it's beautiful, and we have to just remember that that's what it is. All the yucky stuff is just our old selves, all that stuff that's part of the 3D fear-based limited thinking world that we are moving out of, because that is not who and what we are. We are unlimited divine beings. So this whole process is for us to remember that, and we are inspired to do that because of the love that we feel in our twin flame connection. That love awakens us all to our true divine selves. So that's what is happening, and it's an ongoing process. It doesn't happen overnight. Flowers don't grow and bloom overnight. It takes time. So you guys are doing amazing. And I'm proud of you for wherever you are on the journey, because that's where you're meant to be. Because no matter where you are awake. You are awake to this love, and so you are awake. And so wherever you are is where you're meant to be. So continue on. Continue forging on, because you were meant to be here. You were meant to experience this, and you were meant for love. So that's what I have for you. I hope that was good. So please click the link below, and we are going to go into channeled messages for you from your twin flame, what they want you to know, what they don't want you to know, and what else? What their intentions are now. So it's just like an update. Okay, so thank you so very much. Thank you all so very much for joining me. If this resonates, it's because it's meant for you. So please do book your personal twin flame reading with me to get personalized, more detailed insight into your connection and to what's going on. And it really is to give you support, firstly, and to give you insight, because it's hard to navigate if we don't really know what's going on. So please do book your personal twin flame readings with me. I would be so honored to support you through these messages on your journey back to oneness, wholeness, and love. So again, I thank you all so very much. And until next time, I'm wishing you so much more love and peace.